From the roots where the earth still speaks, to the fire where they always breathe. Hands of wisdom, time can't erase. Every drop got a story to say. Slow it down, feel the rhythm inside. This ain't rush, this is sacred design. From the soil to the soul to the light, what you hold is a gift of life. Feel it in your soul, give it, let the story unfold. Ancestral power in every drop. This that legacy, this don't stop. Rooted deep in you, give it, yes, pure and true. Not something you drink, you receive. This that energy you believe. Hey, hey. Ooh, Luwadi. Oh, Luwadi. Give it. And this is where your elders hitting drums sing perfectly.
Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Farai. What's up? Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in our sight, oh, Farai. What's up, family? I am black again. I am melanated again. I am carbon again. I am back. The melanated family, the carbon family. Big up to the late, great Dr. Sabi, who always spoke about that carbon. That carbon, baby. We're here. We're here. We're here. Do me a favor, Planet Family. Right now, I need y'all to share it with like, subscribe, and share, or share it with at least 5 people. Share it with at least 5 people right now if you can. We can do it. We can do it. You can share it with at least 5 people right now. Right now, share it with at least 5 people. So that's very important for me, and I want to make sure that y'all do what y'all got to do. Share it, like I said, like, subscribe, and share it with those on a journey to be better. And tell them to click the bell so they can be notified, because we've been shadow banned for long since the pandemic. So it is what it is. Tell them right now. Tell them right now, because today's part 2. Today is part 2 of Divine Masculine in Conscientious Consciousness and Supporting the Divine Feminine. Yesterday, we had a wonderful show with Professor Smalls, the elder Professor Smalls, and our brother Blue Pillar 44. And tonight we have Brother Black Dot, Jashua Sarah, and we're going to have some of the ladies passing through around in the half an hour time. They're going to come in 30-minute time. We're going to bring them up because a lot of the ladies that's going to be here and doing what they got to do for this event, they're going to be Sister Kafunya supposed to pass through. Mashari might pass through. Sister Nicholas, Monique Nicholas might pass through. Now, Ruby says she might pass through. I'm not sure. And, you know, I forgot to send it to Mama Ella. That's what I forgot. I forgot to send it to Mama Ella. So let me see if Mama Ella want to get in the building. Want to make sure that Mama Ella's in the building. You know, we want to make sure if she wants to come up, I'll let her know, and I will just send it to her phone right now, because Mama Ella got something to say. My sister Mama Ella got something to say. Just want to remind everybody that tomorrow, I love you tomorrow. We're always a day away. We will be here tomorrow. So you want to be in the building. We'll be at Nicholas, Brooklyn tomorrow, live and direct. So if you can make it through, I want to see all of you at Nicholas, Brooklyn, and being a part of the journey for our dear sister over there at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And, you know, it's all about preserving legacy. And once you learn how to preserve your legacy and other people's legacy, believe me, it can continue and move on to another level, you know, and, you know, share space, you know, and let me know, you know, and find out how much you need to do for yourself and your family, and let's share space, because I think it's important that tomorrow what we're about to accomplish, we're going to prove to the world that places like Nicholas must stay alive and stay well. And we must keep them going, no matter what. No matter what. We got to keep them going and keep that legacy pouring out to the world and let them know that we are serious about letting our sister stay in the building. You know what I'm saying? And I think what we're about to host tomorrow is going to be public, going to be very important. What we're about to host tomorrow at Nicholas from 12 to 9 p.m. That's going to be powerful. So I want to see everybody out there. If you can make it, beautiful. If you can't make it, you can go to nicholasbrooklyn.com and do the donation over the GoFundMe. And if you want to donate to the live stream, you could go to the actual link on the live stream. And let me share the whole link. You go through the Linktree/KingSimonthenumerovator, and it will take you directly to the live stream. All right. So here's the link right now. I'm gonna put it in. Here's the link right now. And once you go to the Linktree and go to that first tier that says the fundraiser for Nicholas, you got the live stream on there, and you got the tickets also. So to come out to the venue for tomorrow's. But we are live streaming it. We're going to live stream it all day from about 1:33 all the way probably till 9 o'clock. Guess what I'm going to do? So, of course, at certain intervals, I have to, make sure that the music doesn't interfere with the broadcast, and boom, it's going to happen tomorrow. And of course, we just got off the line with our dear brother Henry, our dear brother Minister Henry, and he's going to be over there at Restoration Plaza, but he's also passing through us tomorrow. And then on Sunday, they're going to whole Nation of Islam crew from out of 7C, that's Muhammad Mosque number 7C, will be over there at Restoration Plaza on the lower level. And make sure you're going over there. Doors open at 10:30, so they should start around 11:30 or 11 o'clock. So they're going to have food. They're going to have the sisters are going to be there doing their search. Brothers are going to be there doing the search. I'm going to pass through briefly because I gotta be there amongst my brothers and sisters and make sure everything is well. And do remember, if you want to see our beautiful sister Yolanda Spivey, who is also one of the moderators in the building, make sure she is the broker to the stars, but also a metaphysician. We're going to talk about ensure your metaphysical mindset. Woo, that's happening on Wednesday, April the 22nd at 7 p.m. And then on the 26th, we have our brother Grandmaster Bill McLeod featured on Daily Art of Survival. And also he's having a big event on May the 1st and May the 2nd at two different dojos, but right on the same street called Washington Avenue. So go to studymartialarts.com. That's studymartialarts.com. I will be broadcasting on the 2nd. So make sure y'all come on out and say hi to me. And if you want to get a quick interview, a quick hug up and talk up, we can do it right there at at the martial arts seminar. Also, I'm so happy to have the legendary Dow twins. Harold Dow from the legendary Dow twins, the man who threw the parties on the Intrepid, the one that started the whole black on black masquerade parties, and the ones that also started that, again, the Intrepid Party Museum. They used to have parties at the Intrepid Museum. That's how powerful it was. So I'm telling y'all, that's happening on April the 29th. That's April the 29th. We're going to be there they're going to be here with me. Well, one of them already passed on, but Harold will be with me live and direct. And then do remember, if you're into jazz, you want to support the jazz movement. Make sure you go on over there to the Aaron Davis Hall, 129 Convent Avenue at West 135th Street in Harlem. That's right, the village of Harlem. And WHCR 90.3 FM celebrating 40 years. Man, that's going to be great. I'm going to be going to that jazz festival at the great Aaron Davis Hall. And of course, you can get your tickets at www.whcr.org. Yes, and that's happening on April the 30th. And on May the 3rd, myself and Yolanda Spivey is making her debut on the metaphysical platform, from Jehovah's Witness to metaphysics. She's going to be speaking about that on Sunday, May 30th. Newark, New Jersey. I'm coming out. I want the world to. No, I'm not coming out the closet, so don't even think about that. but I am coming out to Newark, New Jersey, myself and Yolanda Spivey, and it's free 99. And we're gonna have vendors in the building, but those who want to vend, it's a big enough space for y'all who want to vend. 862-368-1819 and also 862-231-1940. We're gonna be over there at 269 South 9th Street at Newark, New Jersey. So we're gonna be in the building having a good time. I can't wait. My brothers are gonna be coming up in a few seconds. I wait brothers to come in, and they're gonna be coming up in a few seconds because we're gonna be talking about what we're gonna do at this beautiful fundraiser, but also we're gonna be talking about the divine masculine in conscientious consciousness, not just the conscious community no more. We got to be conscientious. Conscientious means doing what is right, and this time on the bottom you see, and supporting the divine feminine. This is what we got to do. All right, so I got on Black Dot's hat already. You know, got big up my man Black Dot in the building. He gonna be coming up. You know, I'm gonna support my brother, man. We gotta stop playing, man. That's my brother. And our family, please get my books. All my books are on Amazon, or you can go to my Linktree/KingSimonthenumerovator. Again, if you are into martial arts, if you're going to be in Long Beach, California, we're going to be supporting this sister in Long Beach. More than likely, I'll be broadcasting live from there. And do remember, you can also advertise on my platform, all four of my platforms. You know, got the YouTube, got the Instagram, got the Threads, got the Facebook. You can advertise on that. And big up to Lloyd Strayhorn. Big up to Nicholas Brooklyn. Big up to my son, Prince Imagine. He got a new venue, got an event space rental going on at Green Studio NYC, community event space rental. All of it is right there. All you have to do is go to Green Studio NYC. Him and his beautiful Empress is doing a great job. So make sure you support what they're doing. So, man, I've said enough. And do my next lesson from a numerical perspective. My next lesson from a numerical perspective is this: ancestral protection, dealing with mom and dad. You know, dealing with mom and dad, ancestral protection. I'm going to break down the numbers and the mathematics around ancestral and protection and what it all means, especially when it connects to your ancestry on both your mom and dad side. Even if you don't know your mom, I'm going to break that down. Even if you don't know your dad, I'm going to break that down. If you don't know their side and you was adopted, I'm going to break it down from the ancestral protection because they're still part of your bloodline. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on at least one of the guests for you before, because I know Joshua, I think he must be running, trying to get there. I want to bring on my brother, man. This brother's from Urbanx, all day, every day, the #1 father and son team in the whole wide world. Let's welcome our brother, one, the only Black Dot. What's up, Black Dot?
Peace, man. All is well, man. All is well.
Oh, man. I know. Here you go. What up, son?
Yes.
What's up, my brother?
All is well. Excited about tomorrow.
Me too.
An opportunity to pay homage.
Yes, sir.
To an institution that has helped all of us along the way.
Right.
And it is incumbent upon us to do our part to say, you know, we're going to help you be here for the next generation.
That's right. And, you know, backstage, I'm hearing an echo. I don't know why.
Okay.
Turn down something.
Okay, let me see what it could be.
Where's Mama? The tech person.
Yeah, well, I'm on my.
You're on mute now.
Thingamajig. You still hear the echo?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. No echo no more. No echo. No, I do hear the echo. I do hear it again. I don't know what is. A speaker back there or something? What's going on?
Nah, that's what I'm trying to. Hold on. Let's get this right. Get this right. Get this tight. Hold on.
I see Brother Jashua is backstage. Hold on. Let me bring on Brother Joshua. Let's bring on Brother Joshua in the building. Woo! What's up, Brother Josh? Yes. Brother Josh, how you doing, brother? Hey, there's an echo going. I'm hearing the echo still. Here we got the echo going on.
I'm hearing the echo still.
I feel like I'm at a reggae party now. I feel like I'm at a. Let me. Okay, I turned off you, Black Dot, because I know that's an echo coming from you. Brother Joshua, can you hear me? Joshua, he going in and out. There goes Joshua. Lord have mercy. This is the second day of the divine masculine now. Come on now. Let's see what's happening here. Lord, I can't hear you. Okay, let me see what Black Dot. Let me see Black Dot. Let me cut you out, brother Joshua. Let me bring Black Dot back in. Black Dot, can you hear me? Take yourself off of mute. Yeah, you're on mute on your side.
Mute on your side. Let me put some headphones on. That might help.
Yeah, that's it. There it is. Cause the echo is coming through.
Yeah, that's it. There it is. Cause the echo is coming through. So let me do this.
All right.
This may help.
All right. Do what you do. All right. Do what you do. I'm gonna put. All right. We're gonna put him backstage. Let's see what Joshua is saying now. Let's see if he's here. What's up, Josh? Where you at?
I'm here, brother.
Oh, you hear me? You're on the move. Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? You all right?
Yeah, I'm in motion, brother.
Yeah, you're in motion, man. I see that. You had to put on your headphones too, huh?
I'm sliding in just to make sure we don't have no problems. Let me see.
Yeah, let's see what Black Dot got. He think he got on his headphones. Black Dot, where you at?
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Yes, and no echo.
You got it. No echo?
No echo. No sir. No sir. Hey, let me get that a round of applause. Stop playing. Yeah, there you go. First of all, these two gentlemen will be these two brothers, no gentlemen, no Gentiles. These two brothers will be a part of the festivities tomorrow as we are saluting and trying to uplift the community with, of course, this powerful community fundraiser experience in support of Nicholas Brooklyn 52-year legacy. I know Black Dot, you already said what it means to do what we got. Let me hear what Joshua have to say, what it means to support this legacy going forward, my brother, please.
You talking about supporting the Nicholas legacy? Yeah, you can hear me okay?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
What I think about Nicholas for myself, and I know this for other people, and I'm going to ask tomorrow, is how many people get a platform to grow from their own thing? Like it's the incubator. It's like the farmlands where we come and plant seeds that then grow into these huge, amazing, dynamic forests that, become these platforms that we tune into all the time. So I think that's one of the most beneficial things and why it's such an institution for Brooklyn and really for Black culture on this planet is because of how much it grows other people's things. It's not just about Nicholas growing. It literally just grows offshoots all over the place. It just keeps producing and producing and builds other platforms that then go on and become just as powerful. So like, that's the type of thing we need. Like it's a place where you can just walk into and catch a random think tank happening. And we don't have think tanks anymore. Like we used to have that State of the Black Union with Tavis Smiley and all that. And we don't even have that anymore. So but how we can't get ahead without think tanks. We can't just be out here running around doing whatever pops to mind. We got plenty of brilliant people, but one brilliant person up against 50 brilliant people. You see what I'm saying? Like we need to get our 50 together so we can compete with their 50 because they always teaming up. And when I say they, I mean every other culture teams up. They get together. They're heads of state, their elders, they still get together. They still have that intact. And Nicholas is a space where even though it's kind of, let's say unofficial. Sometimes it's just spontaneous. It's just the freestyle of our heart. You know what I mean? Just finds our way to be naturally where we're supposed to be at. And so we can do what we naturally need to do. Nicholas is that type of place where you can literally pull up and just reactivate something genetic that you didn't even know you needed. And then you just find yourself doing it. We have to. We come in, let our hair down and uncurl our toes, you know what I mean? And actually get to feel and smell our melanin all the way without having to tuck it in a little bit or lower our voice a little bit or, make sure our accent is just right for the neighborhood we in. No, we need space where we can come and we can smell like we smell and have our accent and everybody knows exactly what we mean and we feel good in that. We need that so that we can continue to be ourselves and our children can see us being ourselves so they can be ourselves,
That's right. And that was very, very good breakdown, man. And now Black Dot, you've been in this for a long time, especially in New York, all through the 5 boroughs. We've been doing this for a lot, because our brother Joshua came into another circumstance, which is so funny, into Nicholas back in the day. And which is so funny. I'm going to let him tell his story real quick. But Black Dot, seeing all the consciousness and all the different poetry slams and that was considered conscious and all of course, you being part of Eye Opener back in the day and also creating your own. What has been the changes that you've noticed, especially in this divine masculine, conscious community in support of the divine feminine That's where I'm going with that, because we know back in the day, a lot of the women didn't want to come out. It was very few in between. Suzar would come out probably, and we ain't see her since. Of course, Tina Ford, of course, Joe Pukram, and many other, a few others that would pop in and out. What have you seen as far as the changes after all these years of doing, especially in hip hop, all the way to now, bro? Come on now, let's talk about it.
Well, mainly we don't touch each other anymore. Right. And I know that sounds like a feminine thing, but it's not. When we speak about coming together through the community, this is what we mean. I need to put my arms around you. I need to tell you it's going to be all right. We need to have a space where our women always feel safe. They know when they show up, there's never going to be a problem for them to be safe and express that feminine energy without being attacked. And so our communication mechanisms, which is important to us because we spiritual people. And so we have that feel, this whole internet, social media, not having the grassroots spots anymore has created a loophole that is being filled with some toxic energy that we don't need to be involved with. And so it is very important that places like Nicholas survive, where you can come through, feel the people, touch the people, try out new material. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing spoken word and so I'm here to support that in every sense of the word. And as we get into this divine masculine, I'm looking forward to what a great conversation.
Man, that's powerful. Black, we've been here for a while in New York, man, doing what we got to do, man, to make it happen. Family, I'm going to put their links in the bottom here just in case. And then, of course, the GoFundMe link is, and the link to the event is already pinned to the top. But Black Dots, of course, Urbanx.nyc if you want to contact them. Also, you could also shop Urbanx.com. Also, the Cash App is $theblackdot. Make sure y'all spread love. Spread love, man. Y'all don't know I'm a singer. Y'all don't know I'm a singer, so it's all right. Y'all don't know. I used to sing. I wanted to 5 on the.
We know.
Oh, we know.
Yes,
we know. Let us know.
I let y'all know. Also, big up to brother Joshua. This is Joshua's link. JashuaSarah.com is IG, Twitter, of course, at Earthiopian, of course, Facebook, Earthiopia. Cash App is $Earthiopia. PayPal is Earthiopian also. So make sure y'all support our brothers and keep it moving. Now, man, Josh, you came through a certain circumstance with coming through Nicholas. They put your damn face on the flyer back in the day, and real you didn't even know. Talk about that real quick. How that happened?
I mean, so like I said, Nicholas is the place where people find themselves. The community magnetized there from all over the planet. So I was in Florida before I came to New York, and I was running shows down there and performing down there. And one of my friends in the poetry scene down there, Marcy Alexis, we called her Nappy Roots. She moved back to Florida and was coming through Nicholas and saw the brother Tito designing their flyer for their first open mic. And he had found my image on Google because my picture used to pop up. If you go to Google Images back in the day and type in spoken word poetry, my picture from one of my shows in Florida would be the #1 image that showed up for like 3 or 4 years. It was the first image. And so a lot of people were using that image, just, graphic designers would grab it off Google, not knowing me at all, just see my picture on it, boom, it's in there. So I was on the first flyer for Nicholas's open mic, and she saw it and sent it to me. It was like, hey, yo, is this you? Because it was like a silhouette of me, and my locks was like this long, and so you see just the shadow. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And it was at the open mic. And so she started hosting that open mic, and while she was hosting it, somebody else came through Nicholas from like Alabama with that same image on his flyer, and she kept sending these to me. So I was like, all right, let me go see why I keep popping up in Brooklyn, man. Let me go see why my face is there. And I came through, and man, Nicholas is truly, it magnetized me here, and it has held me down. It's actually been the place where I found my roots. You know what I mean? So I didn't just, New York can knock you over. It'll blow you away. It'll spit you out real quick. And Nicholas helped me find roots, so I didn't get knocked over, blown away, and chewed up. You know what I mean? So
nah, they didn't chew you out, throw you out. Nah, man. Actually, we fell in love with our brother. He was part of us. He was one of us. Even meeting your moms. Your mom's was such a powerful force. She's a beautiful person. I remember meeting her too, and and seeing that. And I want to go there because a lot of us were raised by single mothers, and there's a lot of pain that happened. Of course, reading your book, Brother Black Dot, I cried, just for reading your stuff. And some went through what your moms went through. Some relationships have gone through what your moms, going through. And how important was it for? And this question is for both of y'all. The single mother energy and their use of male energy as far as the society was concerned. How is it for both y'all perspective? What was the importance of having your mom so much there, even when we was when even if you was by yourself or whatever? And how did they help to put the masculine energy into your sphere of life, or make you recognize that you have to have that masculine balance? Let's start with Black Dot. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, growing up with a single mom's going through substance abuse is so much. To see the endurance
Right.
of what our mothers have to go through, making sure we always had. There were times I got when we didn't have, and her understanding that I was a male, she turned on her extra masculine energy when needed as a motherly protection in
Right.
a weird way. And so that's why in the first half of my book, I chronicle all the mistakes I made from not, having a male figure around, and then the second half of the book chronicles when I came around real men,
Right.
and the divine energy that they had, and the divine expectations, the masculine divine expectations that they had, that I was able to carry through the rest of my life. And now I'm in position. And so a lot of young men don't have that opportunity. There's no male energy around. Their mother are superhuman beings.
Yes.
So when I hear Black men and any cause talk negative about our women, I cringe, because the secrets that they hold, the posture that they always have to keep, the endurance, working 2 jobs, whatever it is they have to do, is almost superhuman like. And so we salute them. And if you had the opportunity to have a male in your life, you should understand fully what I'm talking about, because your father's job is to show you through example how we are supposed to treat these women.
Right. Joshua, your turn, brother. What you say about that, my brother? Can
It's
you
a
hear
deep
me?
question you asking right here. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I got it. We got you. Yeah.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, 2 things that really come to my mind with you asking me that. The first thing is, having a single mother really taught me the value of a village, because what happened was, my mother, like many single mothers, want to make things better, right? So I remember young being on the government assistance, but having my mother's time more. And then she made that decision, like, let's get up out of this assistance mode and get on the feet. So we had more money, but less of my mother's time, which, as a child, I valued the time more than the money. You understand what I'm saying? So like, that became my first heartbreak, was losing my mother to the system. You see what I mean? In a sense like that. And not having a real support in the house. So I had to rely on the village to fill in some of those gaps, And I still think about that to this day, because I work with young people now. And so I'm always thinking about the village all the time. So even when, like, there are times as a tutor, a family will hit me up. More often than not, a single mother, and will say something like, we're going to have to take this month off, or we're going to have to take a couple weeks off, finances, da da da. They're always really straightforward, because it's a loving space. And I don't ever let them take that time off. I'm like, listen, we're going to do a scholarship for that month. You know what I mean? Like, they've been working hard. I need them to keep going. Like, let's keep that going. And I'm just doing that to pay it forward. You know what I mean? For the aunties and the grandmas that wasn't blood related, but they took care of me and they loved on me and made sure that I had somewhere. Because what they call us latchkey kids, is that what they call us?
Yeah.
We was in
Yeah.
elementary school walking 4 miles to school with a key in the back pocket.
Key on the chain, yeah.
I mean, so you knew that the village was out for you. It was people that you knew along the way to school that would be peeking out the window. You know what I mean? So it really did teach me the value of the village and how important that is. And the other thing that she really instilled is my connection with spirituality, right? And so she had these different relationships with different people, but I always resonated with the people who smelled like Nicholas. Let me just put it in that term. You know what I mean? They smell like some incense or some shea butter. You know, their hair was all unprocessed. You know what I mean? They would come up with blue corn chips. I'm like, where's blue corn chips? Like, I mean, I was on that peppermint soap and all of that since
Yes,
childhood. You know what I mean?
yes,
Like, this ain't new to me. Like, I grew up like this, right? And so, but not everybody around was like that, and it wasn't always in my house. So I made a choice to be like this because of the people that my mother had me around, and the fact that she instilled in me the knowledge that spirit is real, that God is real, and it's important to find that for yourself. So because of that, I was always looking for the people around me who had that resonance, and that's
right,
what helped me really become the man that I am. Because like I didn't have a lot of adults around in general. Most of the people I learned from was not much older than me, right?
right,
And books and TV, like media, raised me as much as the people my age raised me, as much as the parents when they was around to yell at me or ground me or give me that whooping. You know what I mean? Like I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
get a
yeah,
whole lot of. I didn't have mentors. I didn't have uncles that came and picked me up and took me out for the week, and I didn't have none of like that. So we had to figure it out. But
yeah,
because it was instilled in me to be the type of person that showed up and be great and be full of love and life and God, then I kept trying to figure out, even though I got this crazy situation in life, and you know, I didn't chose to come as a black man in America at this time. Like, all right, a lot of cards stacked against me, but it's still my mission to somehow be the hero of my story and the hero of my community and the hero of my family. Like, I got to show that. I got to
mm,
prove that God is real through my actions. I don't want to talk about it. Like, if I can't show you, I don't even want to say it. You know what I mean? So
no,
that kind of spirit is what was instilled in me by having this one mother around.
yeah, right,
And funny enough, like she told me later, once I came to my own spirituality, she told me my father was a very spiritual person too, that he knew all the things, but I never got that from his life, his presence. Like, you know, I spent time around him plenty and his side of the family, but I never knew that he knew God like he did
right,
from his actions, from how he showed up. But I always knew it from my mother. You see what I
right,
mean?
right,
Like
right,
the
right.
way she talked, the way she showed up, the way she dealt with things. I was like, oh, God must be real. True,
Yeah.
true, true.
Yes, you know, and that's powerful. And my story, since I'm here, we all talking it. I might as well say something. You know, it's important that, you know, especially being raised here and being born here. I'm born in the Brooklyn Jewish Hospital back in the day, and being raised by Caribbean parents, of course, and they making a way, just like people from the South came up to make a way to New York, and just not knowing who I was, but also listening to the sounds of the street through music. Because they played a lot of Bob Marley, but they also played the Temptations. They played a lot of Bernard Spear, but they also played the Jacksons. They gave me balance through music. And then, although my father was thrown out at 8 years old, while I was 8 years old, due to my mother and his mother, you know, I looked at that as like, man, a lot of pain came through that, because at the end of the day, as I grew up, I was seeking still for the male energy, you know, going to my male cousins on my father, because they had more men on my father's side than on my mother's side. They had more females on my mother's side. But any male that I seen on my mother's side, they were still strong, very pronounced, very direct men. And when I went to my father's side, they was into the parties, they was into all of that. They, you know, you recognize they had a nightclub. The year I was born, my father set up a nightclub right there in Crown Heights, just to play the music, and because they enjoyed dancing. So, you know, I think those village type energies of music and neighborhood and all of that helped to mold me to be a promoter, because my father was a promoter, then my cousin became a promoter, then I became a promoter, then I took it to radio, I took it to television, I took it to the stage. They didn't get to do that. And I think all of us as men get to take, even if our pops ain't around us, we take still a portion of them, on their positive and their negative. We take a portion of them. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my father today. He just went through a stroke, and I just made sure he was all right. But he's, you know, he remarried and doing his thing, and I'm just happy. My mother, I'm back here in New York, making sure she all right. And it's so important that feminine energy that may have been. My mother was hardcore. She was raised by a father only, no mother. Different. It's different. You know what I'm saying? That you get, you know,
Yeah.
so that, especially in the Caribbeans, when it was so much bull crap going on in the 60s and the 50s and all that kind of stuff before independence in Jamaica. So, you know, coming here and learning that my grandfather was a Garveyite and all that kind of stuff was deep, because they didn't know. My mother and them didn't know, because they didn't ask him the question. He
Mm.
I asked him the question when he reached 89, and he told me. So finding that out, and I'm listening to the music of Garvey. You know, Bob used to speak about him, all of that, you know, and people that used to talk about him in the American community. So it's so powerful that I was able to get the balance. So, you know, our sisters, our divine feminine is so important no matter what they went through. Our divine masculine is so important what no matter what we go through, is just to find an equilibrium in the bloodline. There's an equilibrium in the bloodline. So sometimes, even if you don't know your father, you don't know your mother, sometimes, like my mother didn't know her mother that well. She knew her just enough to take care of her when she got older, but didn't know her that well as young. It's it's something in the bloodline that compels us to go back to them and still try to get from them, even though they were damaged, mentally damaged, hurt in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I know
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah.
go ahead, Dot. I know I can hear you. I can hear you through your book. I can hear you through your book.
Yeah, our trauma, and not by design, at
Right.
times we pass down to the children, and we burden them uh and put them in survival mode earlier than they're ready to be. Now,
Yes.
when it comes to divine masculine, even though I was the kid, what my mother was going through, I felt like I was her protector. And
Right.
so even
Yep.
as a young child, I felt that it's my duty to protect my mother from
Right.
this and from that. And so even without realizing it, I was in divine masculine mode. It just wasn't reaffirmed,
Mm.
by other males in my family as, and so it's very important when we start talking trauma, how to break trauma, how
Yes.
to recognize trauma, and move on so that the next generation of your children have to deal with less. It's very important.
Yeah, yeah, and Josh, I know you being into the music, drumming, and everything, and hip hop, and all. How did? And I'm gonna go to hip hop. I got to go to hip hop molded all of us. Spoken word molded all of us right here in the Americas. So, Josh, what was it? What was so important about the music that stimulated us to even want to come together? To with the divine feminine to dance and have a good time and open up. I mean, I remember in the clubs we used to have a segment for slow dancing back in the day.
Mm. Mm.
To close,
Yes.
to
I'm
close
like,
down
when
the
did
Oh
that
bar.
stop?
yes.
They don't do that
Uh
no more. To close the bar down, we had to like,
Uh,
yo,
yeah.
they could get this go. So talk about it, Josh. Then I'm gonna go to
I
Black Dot.
miss I missed the slow jam section of
Me
the
too.
party, man. Like I was so surprised when I left Ohio. That was like the last time I ever saw the slow jam section. I was like in
Wow.
college, like when the slow jams come on, like when they start the slow music. I was really asking like when they start the slow music.
Hmm.
But yeah, man. So you asking me like what is it about the music that makes us want to do that?
Yeah, make us want to still gravitate to our woman
Oh
and
man,
also think on a higher level of connecting with our divine feminine on the other side. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. Um, you know me and my math, bro.
I know
Music
exactly.
itself is all about relationships. I always say that, right?
Yes, sir.
Music
Yes,
itself is about the relationships, not about the numbers. And
exactly.
so I always look at it like yin and yang, they're naturally attracted to each other. Like positive and negative are naturally like it's just built into the universe. I don't know why God did that. Don't make me try to explain God, right? But I know that that's a thing. And so it reiterates like this is a fractal universe. And so it starts off with this little seed shape of just the dynamic force of masculine and feminine, just consciousness and the watery space of blackness, right? But that's still present in us. Like God didn't go nowhere. God didn't make the universe and then bounce and be like, all right, I'll be back. Y'all have fun. Like God is still right here living through us and still wants to connect the masculine and feminine, just like that beginning of like what we call a big bang or when a tomb comes up, like that whole I want to experience, I want to exist, I want to feel the love that I am. I want
Right.
to feel the fullness that I am. Not just I'm everything and that's cool, but like I want to go feel how cool I am. And that can
Mm.
only happen when the two things come together, when yin and yang blend into a thing and become the thing, the Tai Chi. You know what I mean? And that
Right.
is what the whole purpose of the universe is. Literally, the whole purpose is for male and female to experience what it means to unite. Because
Yes.
yin can never be yang, and yang can never be yin. Like they make each other, but they can never be each other. And so the
Mm.
only way that they can experience their fullness is to connect. And music is the sound of math. It's like the fun of math. And so when you start playing music, it reminds us of what we are on the most seed basic level before we even have cells. Before there's one cell, there's the one of us. You know what I mean? The oneness of the principle in the universe of one is what we come from before we come from the one cell, the one zygote. So When you think about it like that, then that music is our call back to unity. It's our remembrance, which is why we always have the drums and the dance together. Like, I'm a
Yes.
drummer, an African drummer, and my mother used to be in African dance troops. That's why I used to be around this culture so much.
Mm.
And so, shout out to Ashaki. She was really dope. Um, Being in that situation, always surrounded by this, I started to see there's a difference between when a sister is dancing her truth versus
Yes.
doing dance moves that she's right. Everybody's doing the same dance moves that they've been taught, but there are some sisters who are speaking their truth. You can hear their voice in the moves, and there are some people who are like reciting something that they've
Right.
memorized, and that's different.
Yeah.
Like I can recite somebody else's poem or song, but when they do it and their feelings come out, you know it's theirs. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that seeing that in dance, I started to really understand why we dance, because English don't communicate all of our truth. It doesn't communicate all of our feelings. It doesn't communicate all of our knowledge, but our bodies can communicate infinitely better than English. And so
Right.
that, I mean, you see how many dances we make up. Literally every generation makes up dozens of
Every.
dances in our
Yes.
community.
Yeah.
And yet it still be the same dances like that they do in other cultures. Like melanin gonna find the same dances because it's a frequency. We're literally translating a frequency with our bodies. Like you can't see the frequency until our body shows it to you. But that
Right.
frequency is not just in the Bronx. It's not just in Harlem where they shaking. Like everybody got the frequency, but somebody hit it first, and the rest of us pick up the wave. Like yeah, same thing. I was feeling that too, and
Yeah.
that's why the dances get popular, because it's expressing the frequency of that moment. And that's why old people can't do the popular dances, because we're not in the frequency. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
but a couple of us can, because they
Yes.
still in the
Yeah.
frequency. So when you start to understand how this thing actually works, it's the dance is expressing a
Yeah.
very specific thing. And if you're not, it's like a rose smells like a rose.
Yeah.
The smell is the rose, the color is the rose, the texture, all of it is the rose, not just the one part that you like or don't like, even the
Right.
parts you don't see. And what I'm saying is the dance is the physical manifestation of the vibes that we be on. So
Right. Right.
yeah,
Right.
once you see somebody that's on the same vibe as you, it's a puzzle piece. Like, literally
Yes.
the vibrations pull each other together.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it
Yo.
works. So thanks
Yo,
for asking.
I knew he was gonna come from mathematics because I know my mathematics because he's an author of math books family, my art books, my mathematics, and make sure y'all support him on his website right there. Now, Black Dot, you're an author, but you've been into the hip hop world. A lot of stuff, man. A lot of things was created. You've been part of one of the pioneers, around the pioneers, living in the Bronx and all that. Same question, but with you, it is you being there right when hip hop started, man. Basically, born we old enough to say we was in New York City. Yo, man,
Yeah.
what the coming together of community under either going into the parks back in the day, over in them and back in the day. Although they give it to Kool Herc, and I know there was other people before that. And they give it to Bam, other people. I want you to really, really talk about how it was when the divine masculine and feminine came together in those parks, and was it more male dominated and then women was in the background, or did they all come together in those parks? Because only Bronx, I know Brooklyn, and my man know Florida, and then came to New York. But tell us, and Ohio, 'cause I used to live in Ohio, which is crazy, but but talk about it like that, please.
Well, first I want to talk about the slow dance, right?
Yes.
And
Oh, you.
the alchemy of it,
Yes.
and that it is earth, air, fire, and water. When
Right.
those bodies come together, that's a feeling, that's an earth thing. When you, especially if something like a heat wave is on, always and forever, and you got 8 minutes to
That's
close this
Ohio.
deal, and you start breathing on her neck, now you got your air element, right? You know what I'm saying? So you got your earth, air, and that fire of that kundalini energy in that area gets excited, right? And she might get a little bit of moistness going. And so in between that language of love is all there. And then we went home and made babies. And so that's the whole etherical aspects of your earth, air, fire, water, and opening to an ethereal essence. And it all started like that, like you said, that yin and yang, us wanting to come together and speak this language.
Yeah.
And so when I speak about hip hop, I always speak about the rebellion from disco, and Anthony Browder said hip hop disco was the disconnect. So we went from these R&B jams, this lovemaking, to a frequency that wasn't really ours. It was somebody else's frequency for the most part. And hip hop was the cutting off of that to get back to, the earth, air, fire, water elements of what we did. And so we rebelled even against our parents. So why do you, my mother was losing her mind that I was putting my hand on the actual record. Like what? Because that was sacred to them.
Right.
They blew that dust and they put that record on. And why do I need 2 copies of this? She just couldn't understand this. And there was no melodic essence. We were yelling on the record. We were expressing. So it became a rebellious music only because the youth needed their own expression during that time. And early on in the Bronx, it was more of a male-dominated thing in terms of the action part. You know what I mean? Carrying the equipment, you know what I'm saying? Setting up a Zulu Nation in the park. They had a famous saying, come in peace or leave in pieces. And so that's how it regulated. Now, the women came out for the music. You know what I'm saying? Because the DJ's job is to play the right music. The confirmation of that music is when the people are dancing and celebrating. That shows that this is the right music for this time. Every now and then we'd have somebody get on the microphone, make announcements, a chant here and there, and off to the side, if we were lucky, somebody was there scribing. Somebody was there painting the picture that we saw, because it's something we've always been doing. And that became the 4 basic elements of hip hop: b-boy, MC, and DJing, and graffiti. And when I changed those elements, because Africa Bambaataa culturalized this, and he said, these are the 4 quadrants, and the 5th one will be knowledge. And me, I said, well, this needs to go further. So let's take the elements and go earth, air, fire, and water. So the graffiti writer became the earth element, since you use earth elements to write on. The air, the sound, the DJ, since sound uses air to travel. The MC was always spitting fire, and the dancer, 85% water, you know what I'm saying, in our body, which can contort to any position we want. And each one spoke a language. The drum speaks a language. The body is a language without using words. And like the brother said, if you can pick it up, you can hear the sister talking specifically to you. Then, of course, the spoken word and the written word. So we have been doing this since the beginning of time. Nothing has changed. But now we're in a space where that automatic connectness of trying to get together, there's somebody trying to put some rubber or something in between, so that the connections are not what they used to be. But we yearn to be together as masculine and feminine. We yearn to find each other in our expression anywhere we go. That's what we do. And hip hop, if left alone before the small hats and them came through, would have found a way to put our sisters in the proper light, put our brothers in the proper light, and use our music, because art is artillery, and it is what we use to help move us forward. And that's why music is so important and sacred to me as well.
Black Dot has spoken. Hey, family, make sure y'all support my brother Black Dot in whatever he's doing. Of course, make sure you go to his links. You can email him also, shop.urbanx.com, Cash App, show him some love. And of course, Jashua Sarah, again, make sure you show him some love. All his links is right here. His website, he's an editor, he's a graphic artist also. His Cash App is up there. He can help you out. He did my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. That's the graphic in the front. He did this, so that's my brother there. He been doing all my book. Matter of fact, he did this one too. I gotta remember. He did this other one too. Let me he been helping me out. So family, it's the sisters, some of the sisters are going to pop up. I told them to come in at a certain time just to pop up to show some love, because this is part 2. Dot and Joshua look like he's frozen. Let me make sure he's frozen. Yeah, let me take that off because he's frozen. I'll wait till he come back. But Dot, there's so much that has happened in our generation. Of course, we just lost what we call a pioneer. And I gotta respect the pioneer that he was, but I don't respect what he left.
Absolutely.
And I know you stood strong on it. I stood strong. We can respect what he left as far as a pioneer, but the legacy was tarnished because of the madness that we all stood against and didn't get the right response from him at the end. How can we heal from those type of things that happen in our community? Because they've been happening for a long time, but sometimes they was put under the rug, so to speak. And a lot of our mothers, especially single women, have gone through molestation, rape, and all that. And then, there's boys and girls that get molested and raped by men or women. How can we heal? And that's the question I asked Professor Smalls yesterday before I bring Joshua. I see his thing working again. But tell us, how can we heal from those predatory things that happen in our community, in the music, not only in hip hop, in reggae, in soca, in R&B,
everywhere?
All over the world.
Yes.
How can we heal from that? I'll bring Joshua back in. Go ahead, brother. Talk
Yeah.
about it.
The point I was trying to convey in my stance was Africa Bambaataa was a problem, not the problem. Meaning, this is something that's deeply embedded in our community. When we didn't call out that weird uncle who molested somebody on the spot and made it crystal clear that this would never be tolerated, subconsciously we began to tolerate and accept this behavior. And then it spread because we all got a secret or this, that. Then when the family thought more about its image as opposed to getting to truth, don't tell that part, let's keep that a secret. We were programming children to keep secrets. That they should have never kept these secrets. These individuals, had we dealt with it from the beginning, and it's a systematic thing that goes way back, you know what I mean? But because we didn't deal with it, it's very hard, because now you have young people who look at these individuals as celebrity. And if I'm not going to tell on my uncle, who I love, this celebrity, I'm definitely not going to tell on. And now we have a cyclic system where those in power were able to get away with things for long periods of time and when you get away with something long enough, you start thinking that that's just the way it is. So I spend my time telling people, don't put anybody on a pedestal. I can love you for your contributions because you can dribble a basketball or you can put some rhymes together, but you are a man or woman just like I am. And you could succumb to, these falls. And if I do that, my expectations are never greater than what they're supposed to be. I learned that from the elders, Bobby and Phil and Steve Copley. Hey, don't follow me nowhere. My personal life may be a wreck, but I am going to deliver these messages. And so it made me not put people on pedestals and say anybody based on your upbringing and what you went through, because we don't know what even Africa Bambaataa went through. We don't know what happened to him.
That's right.
I do know with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
And so now that you have this great power and you have access, and it might not have manifested in the terms of, children or whatever, because I've been on the road. I've been in cities, London, Holland, Germany, all around the world as a recording artist. And we get the pick of the litter when the show is over. In terms of, I like you three women to meet me here. And I'm not bragging about that. I'm simply saying those sometimes are, what we call par for the course. It just so happens that the morality line, there's a line that we never cross when it comes to children and women in violation of that. And when you do that, it puts you in a weird space. And I only say that to say, as an artist, a ball player, you know how many women are waiting at the hotel for the ball players to come through, and there's no violation. They are willing participants to participate in this. And so I say healing is revealing. I heard a Blue Pill say that the other day. We have to create an environment where people are not afraid to come out. Now, watch this. Hassan Campbell,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
He was brave. We were all out there 10 years ago.
That's
We
right.
showed up. And I commended him because he was taking a stand.
Yes.
Do you know social media turned his
Pain.
life, his campaign, into a bunch of memes? Now, what we're not realizing is there are 1,000 other molested people who are watching how we conduct ourselves with this and go, I'd be damned if I put myself out there
Yes.
after watching this situation. And so the social media where you could be anonymous and say things to hurt people has created a different situation, because I know Poppy from the Bronx. I mean, I heard his legend and everything. You would never say that to his face.
To his face. That's right.
And so, you know, and so because of that anonymity, we've created a lack of a safe space for men and women to come forward and go, bro, this is just wrong. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that, because, you know, big up to Yolanda Spivey TV. She was on Star Report the other day. She called in and said, we got to stop shaming people or they won't come out. Shaming people, shaming victims. And that's the problem that we have in our society. So big up to Yolanda. She said, thank you, Black Dot, for saying what you said. Yolanda Spivey TV, make sure you follow her. She was bold enough to go on Star. Star was one of the people that broke the story. You got to be respectful of Star. My brother broke the story. And, you know, and you all right, Joshua? You look like you Joshua look like he going through stuff. But he all right.
He almost seemed like he being stuck up. Like, keep your eyes on the camera.
Getting robbed.
Don't move. Reach in your pocket. He's like,
but you know, but Black Dot. So you know, you being right there in that mist, I was into reggae music, and I heard stories, and we you know, back in the day about, you know, even and I said it even when I read Bob Marley's wife's book, No Woman, No Cry. She said in the book that he took sex from her. Took it. You know what I'm saying? So it was something that is pervasive, not just in hip hop or R&B culture, because we heard stories about Sam Cooke back in the day. We heard we heard Rick James. We heard all of these people. James Brown. We heard about all this, whooping ass, and laying hands on people all over the world. So you know, you know, Dr. Khalid, may he rest in peace, used to say, we need a roller skating squad. It's gonna be rolling up with a belt and whipping people's ass, you know. But you know, he's not void of sin either, according to his background that I know from certain and all that. So it's real, you know what I'm saying?
And let me say this, King Simon.
Yes, sir.
The whole process of the Zulu Nation from its inception was to safeguard the youth. And we would have never allowed you to be wearing skirts and disrespected our culture. The real Zulu Nation would have been running up at them shows, regulating
back in the day,
all of that nonsense back in the days. And once we lose that, I'm not getting into conspiracy theory and all that. Once we lose the protection or those who regulated the regulators, you know what I mean? You know, we now in a situation where we're unprotected in a lot of cases,
and our sisters don't feel defended and protected either in our communities, and that's the problem we have. And I just had Brother Minister Henry on, and he's doing a lecture over there at Restoration Plaza called "We Must Make Our Community a Decent and Safe Place to Live," and that's the truth. And the Nation of Islam was part of that paradigm.
Absolutely.
The Zulu Nation used to be a part of, the 5% used to be a part. We wasn't with the gangs. I mean, big up to the Latin Kings and every Black Spade, the Spades, big up to all of them. But the gangs in original gangs was protectors of the community.
Was protected, including Bloods and Crips.
Bloods and Crips.
Bloods and Crips.
Talk about it.
If we want to get to the historical perspective of it. And when we lose that foundation of it, this is what we have when our women, they run around here feeling unprotected. There's no worse feeling in the world for a woman to feel she can't go into a space of men, melanated men who look like her, feel protected, where she can't go have a good time and know that somebody's going to get her to a cab or whatever she needs to make sure she gets home. You know what I mean? It's no other. And that's why I say our women are the true superheroes. What they protect and don't tell you about, that they've been going through since children, or what they do, man, it's something amazing, man.
Well,
Yes.
big up to one of our sisters. Sister Kafunya is back here. Let's bring on one of the sound bowl people. Sister Kafunya is back
Yeah.
here. And I
Hey.
see pull that camera down a little. We don't want just the forehead. We want you. There you go. Come on.
There you go.
There we go. I see. We don't want the forehead. We gonna and let's see if Joshua's back in. Joshua's back in the building, I believe. Josh, there you go. All right, Joshua's back in the building. Kafunya's here. Kafunya, after what you've heard so far, what you feel, my dear? Take yourself off of mute. You're on mute. You're on mute, Kafunya. You're on mute. There you go.
I mean,
Give thanks. How you doing?
I just got in off the PATH train not too long ago, and I said, "Oh, I need a grace period, please," because I had to do some extra running errands. But I'm here, and I think thanks for you inviting me to come to be a part of this illustrious panel of kings.
Thank you very much. You know, we here to support Nicholas and what's going on, of course, but we've been talking about divine masculine, divine feminine, how women have been superheroes in their own right. We got to respect that. And you having, I think, 4 boys, right?
3 boys.
3 boys, right.
1 girl.
1 girl. You being a superhero on your own. I used to see them out in the streets with you back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
That's
how important it is from your perspective that not only does the divine masculine support y'all, but also keeping bookstores and stores like Nicholas Brooklyn alive. And I'm going to throw that around everybody because Joshua's back, and of course Black Dot just dropped a whole lot of stuff with us. So
yes,
talk to us, Kafunya, because we've been doing what we got to do for years. Go ahead.
Well, my inner feelings and my energy about the divine masculine, I think when I see the brothers pass through Nicholas Brooklyn, and some of them I know and some of them I don't know. I just think it's a wonderful thing how they are supporting Nicholas Brooklyn, and that lets me know that their bring up was also on point from either a single parent home or both parent homes. Right. And I think the reason why a lot of people are crashing out, is we as women and young women have to understand it's not all about getting the bag, because people think that women should be able to dress the way they want to dress, but then if you're revealing, what are you advertising? When you come out like half your clothes on, what does that mean? To the gentleman, he's a man and he's gonna want to be attracted to what he sees from a physical aspect, but he doesn't know what the mentality is. Well, he can know what the mentality is by the way he dresses, depending on how his mentality is as well. So we have to, I think we have to, I know we have to get forward to our true identity and not take on this foreign entity that is putting out a narrative that Black men kill more Black women. It's just disgusting, that narrative, and I had to call a couple of people out on, the YouTube saying, oh, the data says, but who's putting out the data?
Right. Exactly.
Who is putting that out? You know what I'm saying? So, we're getting there. The shift is definitely happening. And I think there's more good brothers out there than is being reported. What I mean? It's just like the whole thing about, Black fathers or melanated fathers don't care about their children. Yes, they do.
That's right.
Care about their children, and they want to protect their children as well. But sometimes with this mentality of the system of saying, oh, I'm going to put you on child support. And then, some of them do need to be put on child support because the women have been, the mothers have been trusting them, but they have not been forthright. So, yeah, some of them need to be put on child support, but some of them are also being victims of the mothers, too, who are trying to use the children as pawns. You know what I mean? So it's a whole systematic thing. And I like the way you analyzed yesterday's divine feminine masculine event was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing, and I'm happy to be here along with Black Dot and Sarah.
That's right. Now, Josh, are you there? Are you available, Josh? Let me see if you're on mute. Okay, there you go. What's up, Josh? Okay, there you go. There you go. You know, now Kafunya just laid out a lot, you know, especially with what's going on, especially with what happened in Tanzania, of course.
Oh, please.
I'm glad she talked about that. I wanted to touch on that because allegedly, reportedly, this woman was talking bad about black men and going towards why she went towards a guy who looked like a KKK member. I don't know what that means, or skinhead. I don't know how that happened, but you got to read the room, you know, nowadays. Men and women, we got to read the room. We got to be able to read the room. I've lived in Montreal and I've seen the Heritage group do some atrocious things that were quote unquote white groups, but you still have that mixed up. My poor cousin can't even find a good black man because black men are running to white women in Canada and all that. It's all over the world is happening, but it's not. I don't think it's the majority. It's not the majority. It's very few, according to the stats. Very few. So, Josh, when you see a lot of these things that's going on that they throw out in the media as a form of distraction to keep our eyes off the real prize, what do you think? Well, I know you mathematically think on things. You're a mathematician. You know it's a distraction in some way. But what do you think and how do you feel when you see those type of distractions try to throw a monkey wrench in the divine masculine, divine feminine from a melanin perspective? What do you think about that, my brother?
I think he froze again.
He froze again. Oh man, boy, he be phrasing. Black Dot. Let's go to you then, man. Let's talk about it, Dot. Let's talk about it, Dot. Go ahead.
Yeah, part of it is a self-hate for who you are intrinsically. I am naturally attracted to black women because they harness my full experience. Right. Now, with that being said, we live in a matrix now where people are off their square. And a lot of people say stuff on social media, especially if you're an influencer, to get people riled up for likes. So you say stuff like, oh, black men are terrible, because you know it's going to lead to clicks, this and that. But your thoughts echo and your thoughts have vibration. And that vibration can come back to you in the form of you being a tragic victim of the very words you spoke. We understand that. Those of us who understand the power of our words and intent, we don't curse or speak bad about things because we understand that is drawing back. We are the originators of that thought vibration. So I would never say, I hate black women. Man, these white women I'm with, ever, because the universe is saying, okay, well, now we're going to show you just how deep it goes with the women you're around who have no understanding of who you are mentally, physically, or spiritually. Y'all physically can do a dance or whatever, but when it comes to your spiritual essence and who you are, you don't even have the right combination of code to crack that code to even understand who a black man or a black woman is.
Powerful. Josh, you back, Josh, you back. There you go.
We in here. I think we good. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, you look good.
Let me try to go as fast as I can. I got to touch back on the questions that I first got kicked out on. Let me run it back real quick. I just want to drop a thought in for people about what we were discussing with the Africa Bambaataa situation. One thing I wanted to add to the conversation is that essentially, and I'm saying this to parents as well as the village around children, we need to care about our children like the pedophiles care about our children.
Woo, that part.
Yep.
That's why they're able to keep going up, and they're the ones who are running the companies that are distracting our children, and that's why they have a really cyclical plan that they've worked out very excellently now. That they intentionally know how to create a generation gap so that they feel like, oh, my parents don't get it, so they won't come to you when they're confused because they've been trained that you don't get it and you won't respond to them well. So it creates a cyclical loop that they keep asking people who are going to feed them lies and confusion and empower that and make them feel like they're the smart ones in the room for being the ones who are confused. And so then when you try to
Yes.
help them out and say, hey, well, look, let's talk. You're already the villain. You're already the bad guy. They'll maybe call them folks on you now. You see what I'm saying? Like, and so
Yes.
that's the danger of sending your children to your enemy's training camps. I mean, they call them schools or
Yes.
whatever they call them. But
Yep.
yeah, that's
Yep.
definitely a public. It's not an education system. It's a program system. It's a public programming system, and they do not have our children's best interests at heart. They do not have our community's best interests at heart. They are intentionally trying to make employees and consumers at best. At best, you'll be an employee because you
Mm-hmm.
might end up a sleeper cell. If they identify you as somebody they can really mess with, they might turn you into somebody that they'll, use one of their songs that they have created mathematically, and they know exactly how it will affect us frequency wise, and they will play that,
Yes.
having programs you from kindergarten, pre-K, VPK. They just keep getting younger and younger. They're gonna start putting education systems in your womb, like, oh, you got to sign up or we'll call you for truancy if you don't bring your womb to school. You know what I mean? Like, they keep trying to get
Yep.
younger and younger because they know every level of development that we go through and how to specifically attack a specific part of your development as you go, which is why they know what chemicals to hit them with what cereals, what sugars, what juices, what sodas to hit them with, at what ages to make them care about this is what's cool, what shows to watch, what colors to wear, all the things, what clothes to wear is going to say what fibers they're wearing. They get to program every aspect of their vibrational reality. If you're not raising your own child, if you are allowing the people who run these programs and their whole job is to get your energy through your money, through your attention, through whatever they can get, they trying to get your energy. And if you let them have it because you're not raising that precious treasure that you yourself created, and then you're going to go
I
let
like that.
somebody else decide how that treasure is going to be shaped in this world.
Right.
Come on, you can't be mad when your children don't like you, when they think you're the ops, because you are. You made them and then gave them to your historic enemy. You're ops, bro. Like,
Yes.
if you didn't know that, parents, y'all be ops. And then you be fussing at your children when they come home from school telling you something's not right. And they too young to articulate it. You need to be the wise one to know, I did put you in that trash system. True, true. I
Yep.
did do that to you. Let me make sure that you're safe. Let me show up and defend you. Let me show up and show you that we got your back first and foremost, not whatever the teacher or the principal says must have been true. Like, we got to have our children's back. We got to be interested in their lives. Do you know your children's best friend's name? Do you know where they like hanging out? Do you know your children? Do you know what their favorite
Yes.
musician is and why? What's their favorite song? What's their favorite color? And they will change. So you got to keep updating. Don't be like, oh, I know their favorite musician when they was 5. That ain't the same when they
Yes.
15. So you have to renew the friendship.
Right.
If you do that, because we all know the bullies pick on the one who seems like they don't have nobody to turn to, right? It's the
Absolutely.
same way with these people who are paying attention. Who looks like ain't nobody paying attention to them at home? Who looks like they don't have somebody they can go talk to? So if your child looks like, oh yeah, somebody's loving on that child, your child is not an easy target. They not even really looking at your child for that.
That's right. That's right.
So that's
Absolutely.
that. I wanted to make sure I tapped on that.
Well, I'm glad you tapped on that. Matter of fact, we got Mama Ella in the background with her children. Let me see if Mama Ella, where you at? There you go. Hey, what up,
Right
man?
here.
What
Peace,
up?
peace, peace.
So you with them.
I absolutely love what Joshua has been saying
Yeah.
because Joshua is my math teacher, my Chase math teacher.
Yes, yes, yes.
And we literally was having a conversation about his education and how he is learning and the whole school system. And I just was like, what else do you teach? Because I'm so in between public school because currently I homeschool my
Right.
children and
Right.
Joshua is the math teacher.
Yes.
And
Takes a
it's
village,
like
girl.
it's a village. It's a village, but we want these children to excel.
Right. Exactly.
And as Baba Joshua said, like sometimes us as parents, right? We may be hard on them.
Right.
We may be like I thought about that the whole evening. I'm like, man, am I hard on this guy? You know what I mean? But it's
Right.
okay to make mistakes.
Right. 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 What's up,
There
Facts.
you
Shay?
go. You see? Yeah.
We
Go,
all do
go.
it.
It's
Yeah.
okay to make mistakes, but then it's like are we going to, like submit our child into the public school system? So it is a bit of a, I'm torn between that, but right now
I
I'm
know.
homeschooling.
I mean, like Dr. Valentine says, the dead-education system.
The
Education.
education system. It's not a game. It's not a game, and it's not easy either.
Right, right. Not easy.
It's not easy.
Right. I
And
mean, think about Sister California, who was also raising her children back in the day, and now they all grown and responsible men and women. So, California, the using the society. Let's say using the society, because the society represents the masculine energy, so to speak. That's why,
yes,
when single parents, single women, they have to put their children in martial arts class, drumming class, this type of class, that class, to
yes,
compensate for the father not being there, or how it is. So
right.
how was it that what was your work like back in those days? Because she's a young mother
Uh-oh.
raising
Right.
two young boys. You've done raised these boys already and girls. So please talk about that real briefly, about how that was, especially working in this society.
No, initially, I was a teenage mom when I had my daughter, and I didn't know anything.
Right.
So I had which helped me, formulate certain things. But then when I got my three, I made sure that they were in a cultural Rastafari,
Right.
and we had a lot of, I would say, extended family, and I would
Keep on.
know who the parents were. I wouldn't think where they were going. And yes, I was hard on them, for real. I didn't take any crap. And I was doing the promotion and publicity. They came right along with me.
Yes, they did.
They were with me. And then at a certain point, I sent them to St. Vincent and the Grenadines,
Yes.
to spend time with their dad, because I didn't raise these picnic by myself.
That's right.
And so they had that whole experience, and it was a village for me, Sister Ella. It was a village for me. And I was up at that public school, and they were at private schools as well. But it was definitely a village. And now I give thanks and praise that none of them had any dealings with the system. The only thing, one of the mothers put my son, because she was jealous, in child support while he was supporting his child all along. But that's the only thing that they had to go through system wise. And I was so angry, but then I had to let it go, because she will have her day as well. And she's now, not to put her business out there, but she's now married to a non-melanin person. So let's see how that goes.
And Sister California, it's interesting. You say you sent them to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and some of us had to go down south. Some of us had to go to get away from the city life. So sometimes I went to Canada, to get away from the city life, to get away, because sometimes my mother, they had to work, they had to maintain and balance it off, and they had to send us away to either Jamaica or to Canada. And then the people from America had to go down south instead of staying in New York. People don't realize that we were basically doing the same thing all over the world, sending our children off to go and find some balance elsewhere, because they was doing too much in the area that they're in. You know what I'm saying? So that divine masculine and feminine was so important, even when you're going to another region of the world or another state. You still try to seek out that balance wherever you are, whether we got into martial arts, whether we got into baseball, whether we got into soccer, whatever we got into, or got into hip hop and DJing, whether we got into a gang. Sometimes we went into a gang. I went into the nature of Islam, the nature of gods on earth, to find more masculine energy. So I understand. Joshua, you all right over there? I can see you back. Just making sure you're all right over there. All right. So
I'm great. This coverage is not wonderful, but I'm great.
Okay, good. Yeah, I know. Black Dot, I know.
Pick me is very, very close to their mothers as well. They don't mess around. If anybody messes with their mom, they are on it like white on rice. I can tell you that from experience.
Yes.
They don't mess around.
That's
And
right.
especially when you breastfeed your children too.
Right.
That's a very, very strong bond. And I breastfed all four of mine. Some for almost 2 years.
Lord have mercy. You had a whole refrigerator going. Praise the Lord. You know, my mom breastfed me too.
Right? It's true though. It's a special bond. It's like when you say something to them, it's just like they don't think twice. They just listen to what my mom got to say, because it's that kind of spiritual bond that you can't even explain to them. You can't even explain it. It's just there's that spiritual bond. When you have a certain tone in your voice, they overstand. Don't fuck around. Excuse the language.
You know, but this is. Am
Go
I
ahead, Mama.
muted or can you
Yeah, go
hear
ahead.
me?
Go ahead. You got you. You go.
So, in all of the other animal kingdoms, they breastfeed their child. The cow gets cow milk. The goat baby gets, goat milk. It's only humans that give their children, for the most part, Similac or cow's milk, and they wonder why their children at the age of 4 or 5 have inflammation or issues with seeing, eye problems and,
Exactly.
bloating and is overweight, because our natural cycle, the natural cycle, or naturally you're supposed to breastfeed your children.
That's right.
I breastfed for 5 years straight, because remember,
Oh,
I had my children back to back.
Right there, back to each other. Yeah, yeah.
wow, that's
So
beautiful.
Chase was on the breast. Then I was like, oh hell nah.
Uh-huh.
I got the reason why I stopped breastfeeding Chase is because I done got pregnant with 7, and that was like no.
That was it.
And then and then so 7 got the breast milk too. It's just it's natural. That is a natural concept, and some people feel like some woman. I heard some sisters say, I just feel so weird. It's like, they're suckling, my child is suckling on my breast. And it's like, but the breast is for the milk, for
That's
your
right.
child. That's what your breast is like designed for, to nurture your children. And so some sisters feel like breastfeeding their child is a sexual thing
Right.
rather than a
Nutritional.
nurturing thing. And
Right.
that
Yeah.
is crazy. Like that's just like the mindset. Like what
How do you
happened to you?
put together? I
Right.
mean,
But
and
that
it's the programming of the system too, because they make it so convenient for new mothers to say, "Oh no, no, no! Don't breastfeed your milk." I mean, don't breastfeed your child or whatever you. And that's the most important. Even if you do it for the first 3 months,
3 months.
you're getting all of the. You don't. Your child don't need no shots, nothing like that.
right,
And
right, right.
so, what about when, white women, they will breastfeed their child in public, no problem, whip out the breast. But why is it that black women are so embarrassed to breastfeed their child in public?
It was
In
taught to them.
Africa, my father's from the Congo, and I've been there many times. That's a natural. Men don't even look at women who breastfeed.
Keep it moving.
It's like natural for them. It's normal for a woman to just pop out their breast and breastfeed their child. But here in the States, you got them all covered up. Meanwhile, you see white women in Starbucks and parks, and they just
Right, right. And but
on with it.
that goes to the why the support of the feminine is kind of separated a little bit from the divine masculine because we're learning from an enemy that don't understand that, but they taught us against it. I know Joshua said he wanted to say something. Joshua, what's going on, brother? I know you said you wanted to say something. Go ahead, jump on that.
I wanted to follow, I've been hearing some great things and I wanted to jump in on some conversation and then they're like, womp womp. So Funya had said something earlier that, she had brought up the child support thing, and how sometimes we got to have that thing. Now, I want to put on record, I am in that system of child support. Now, I delivered my own children. I cut their cords. Like I don't want y'all to think I'm some type of deadbeat father or something. Like I homeschooled. I carried my children around on my own back. I fed them the bottle when mama wasn't around. You know what I mean? I had to wean my son all by myself. Like my third son weaned with me, and the mama was gone for like a week, and I had to wean. Like I've been there for the children. So when I say I'm on the child support system, I want to put that in context that I started to study this thing. There's no such thing as a child support system. I want to put that on record. There's no such thing. That's a cute nickname that they came up with it because nobody would like the sound of Title 4D. That's what it's called. And when I looked it up, Title 4D is not for the families. They are on court documented record themselves saying we are not for the benefit of the mothers, the children, the families at all. We are a collection. We are a funding agency for the state. Title 4D. Nicknamed as child support so it can get social acceptance. It's a public funding instrument for the state. It is not child support because there are some women who sued child support agencies saying, hey, you collected from our children's father, but we never got that money. And instead of giving the women that money, they went in court and said, well, it's not our charter to give you the money. Our job is to get money for the state, not for you. So they didn't give those women that money. They won, but they had to put that on court. So now anybody can look that up. It's called Blessings versus Freestone. See how I got these court cases in my head now? Because I've had to study this monster of a system. And I'm telling you this to say, I'm going back to my original point. We need the village to support the child, not the state, because the state don't care about your child. They are just incentivizing you to attack the man, usually. If you get into the system, it is specifically names men as it says anybody of age who can have a child is considered potentially the child's father if you don't know. And so they're like, if there's an uncle around, a grandfather, a father, a friend, a boyfriend, all of them, yeah, they are in this system. If you are a mother with a child. So I'm telling you, it's not for the families. And so, no, I don't think anybody should be on it because it's not for the families. I think we should have some village initiatives and stop depending so much on the system. You know that our downfall came with integration when we started feeling like, oh, I can depend on the system to do something for me. I can depend on the government to look out for me. Instead of us feeling like, ain't nobody gonna do it for us but us. That's when we thrive the best. And so when we can tap into that and stop trying to get on, the government can help. The government should do it. Well, I'm going to get the government to do it. Like they not here for us and never have been and never will be. So using that as some type of technique will only work against us in any shape, form, or fashion. If anything, it'll give us short-term relief, but it will never fix anything for us. So I say all that to say, like, if we have situations where it's like, all right, this child is not being taken care of, we need to do something. Let's figure that out as a village. Whether that means we got to run up on bro and be like, hey, bro, don't make us run up on you every week and shake you down for this lunch money. If we got to do that, that's one way to do it, because that's what the government will do. They'll put them in jail or they'll take their licenses, their professional license, their driver's license. They take their life away. So why have the government do it when you got some uncles and cousins that was finna do it and then you told them don't do it?
Right.
Like, let them do it. We need to get back to the village, taking care of the village. Like, I don't ever like referencing other people's communities, but if they got something that's working, let's pay attention. And if you go over there in Crown Heights, they got their own ambulance, they got their own police force over there, right? Taking care. They don't dial 911 for nothing. They call up the homies that they put in a car, that they put in a uniform, that they said if any trouble goes down, we calling you. Ride around for us. That's what we need for our neighborhoods. It's that simple. So, and that goes for whether we're talking about a woman got beat on, a child is being raised without a mother or a father. Somebody ain't got lunch today. Somebody needs a lesson, a tutoring. Like the village needs to be filling these gaps, not any form of government. Because as soon as you did that, you sold that baby to the government. You gave them up. You didn't help them at all. You gave them up. And if they get better, they're going to give all their goodies to the government, not to you, because you gave them up to the government. So it's like, you got to think these things through, that it's harder to homeschool, but if you give them up to the public school, you lost everything. And you're going to have to fight to get it back, if possible. So what I'm saying is, yes, it's harder. It takes more work. It takes us being more vulnerable and giving to each other more. But if we can't do that for each other, then shut up talking about community. Shut up talking about village. Shut up talking about any of the ancestors and elders that you love and respect, because that's our job, is to uphold the village, to make it a reality, not a cute theoretical thing we can make songs and write books and make cool movies about. We supposed to actually do it. And if you're not doing it, what you talking about?
Right. Man, thank you very much for that, Joshua.
Yes, sir.
That was good. I mean, people asking. Somebody asked in the chat, why did his woman put him on child support?
So they do it because
Let's answer that.
Oh, you want to answer it? You want to answer it?
Let's
Go
answer
ahead.
it.
Answer it.
Let's answer that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll tell you why. We got divorced and I had the children.
Right.
And she moved. So she moved out of state. I had the children by myself for a few months.
Yeah.
And then she moved back and it became beef. And she had the children for about a couple weeks. And she said, I'm going to file child support now. Because she had been making a plan to file child support, because sometimes when women get hurt, they start using that system as a weapon. And so she weaponized the system against me. I know so many brothers that that's happened to. I often hear that the so-called good brothers are the ones who end up mostly attacked by the system, while the ones who are considered deadbeats, they be like, I ain't even gonna put them on there for what. So it'd be like, a lot of times the brothers who you would think, oh yeah, good father, they wouldn't have no problems, they be the ones struggling with the system, and the ones you be like, oh, they need to be on it, they walking around cool. This is what I hear from the sisters more often than not. They tell me, oh man, I keep hearing about these good brothers I know dealing with this. But then they know these sisters who got deadbeat dads who never even thought to put those guys on the system. It's a weapon of a system. It's just a weapon. It's not for them babies. I know sometimes they benefit from them, but it ain't for them. So yeah, like, and one thing I also want to point out with that sister asking the question, I divorced my wife because of abuse. Like, she was physically abusive. She was verbally abusive. She was a liar and deceiver. But anytime I tried to abuse somebody else, the first thing a woman says to me, they say, what did you do? What did you do? And I always think about that, like,
you're breaking up, Josh. On the right time. You're breaking up. You're distorted right now, Josh. Lord have mercy. Right at the right time. They don't want them to hear that.
and you know what's King Simon? Yeah. A lot of people don't know that women can be abusive against their partners too.
Right.
And sometimes women do seduce men also as well. Right, so we're only getting like one side of the story, but there's a full story that men could be abusive by their partners as well.
Right. Also, my man Black Dot got a roll. Black, but I want to thank you so much, Black Dot, for coming through. I'm gonna bring Joshua back on, but thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you in the family.
Yes.
We got a space for you. So make sure we're gonna be there I'm be there from 11 o'clock anyway. So we on the doors open. All right, take care, Black Dot. All right. My brother Black Dot has to make a roll. Joshua is back I think he's back on the background there. So let's see what Joshua, where you at? Where you at, Josh? You good? I know. Right on time.
I'm almost home. And I'll have a stable connection, so it won't keep going in and out.
We almost finished anyway, but right when you were saying what you had to say about what happened, that's what turned place. But tomorrow, look at, let's talk about tomorrow. Let's keep it moving. Tomorrow, we'll be there tomorrow. At Nicholas, Brooklyn tomorrow. We all gonna be in the place. I know you're gonna get there at a certain time, Josh, so I'll hold it down. Me and Mashari and Kafunya will hold it down until you get there. You say you got to do something at the BAM, right? The Brooklyn Academy of Music.
Yeah, I work with BAM, and there's an Earth Day celebration going on tomorrow, so I'll be doing a performance over there for the Earth Day celebration.
Okay, that's gonna be outside or indoor?
I think it's supposed to be outside, but they get scared about weather. Last year they moved it inside, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, yes. Okay, well, Josh, man, I'll see you there tomorrow. Go ahead, get home safely, and drive safely. Whatever you do, man. Love you, man, and be safe. Okay, my brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yo,
Love to get used to.
in fact, Josh, that situation just ended this weekend, so we're gonna get up with you, and I'm gonna get up finish up that project I got for you. Okay.
Okay. Looking
Yeah.
forward to that, bro.
Yeah, me too, brother. All right, so I'll talk to you later, Josh. Now, you two ladies, y'all came in last, so we're gonna keep y'all on a little bit. What does it mean to support what's happening tomorrow? Let's get it from both point of view. Come on, Mama Ella, you talk. Come on, let's go. What you gonna be doing? I know you're gonna be doing natal charts and all that, but what does it mean to support Black women business, but also masculine and feminine supporting each other? Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, you on mute. Hold on, I'm sorry, because something on your phone be echoing. Go ahead.
I don't know. You muted me all this
Yeah,
time.
because it be echoing when other people be talking, be echoing. So I know you're the phone that it
It's
happens
all
to.
good. Yeah, I'm on my cell phone, but Monique, she's a reflection of me.
Yes,
And to the extent that she succeed, I feel successful as well.
right,
And so if I can add on to her success and her legacy, if I can be a part of that, it's a pleasure for me. If
right,
I have any type of well, not if I have, but I have expertise that
hmm
I can benefit the people that will be coming tomorrow.
yes,
Hopefully, I claim that receiving a mini birth chart reading to find out your destiny or your true destiny, or to acknowledge what you came here to do, will excite people enough to support this event tomorrow, you
hmm
know?
hmm
And again, it's all about the village. We
yes,
have to support our sister in keeping this monumental staple.
right,
It's been 52 years that her business or her family, her legacy has been happening. And if the community of healers, of poets, of readers can get together and keep this going, I mean, that's no brainer. And so it really means a lot to me to help a sister that looks like me
right,
keep her business going. It
right.
means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to the community, because if anything was to happen, it will be missed.
That's right. That's right. Well, tell people how people can reach you, my dear, and then I'm gonna go to Kafunya. How people can reach you, and I know they're gonna be there tomorrow, but how people can reach you, what website and everything. Go ahead.
So my website is samoriherbs.com.
Yes.
Samoriherbs.com. I also have a YouTube channel
hmm
at Ella Samori, which is ELLA
hmm
Samori, SAMORY.
Right.
And my Instagram handle is right below the screen
Right.
on on
Right.
this live.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Ella. Go ahead, take care of them babies, because I know them babies gonna be grabbing for you.
Oh yes, because they are breastfed children.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Those are my boys. Those are my boys.
Oh, the seven. Chase keeps telling Seven. Seven, stop lying, because remember what King Simon said. Your lips is gonna go big, because you lying. Remember, he remembers all of the details, and oh my God.
Right. Say your website. Say your website over again, so the moderators, because that's Samori's Herbs, right? Okay.
SamoriesHerbs.com. So it's
It's not Ella Samori. It's Samori's. Samori's with an S at the end of Samori's Herbs, right?
correct.
Okay.
.com.
Samori's Herbs, right? Samori'sHerbs.com. Samori, SAMOR
Y
YS
Herbs.
Herbs, HERBS, right? .com.
And
Right.
my YouTube platform, every Monday I go live and I do mini readings for people. For those of you that would like to receive a mini reading, I go live every Monday. Though it's a donation type of live where you donate and you will receive a mini reading from me every most Mondays, right?
Yes.
And it's just a vibe. It's just a spiritual thing. Everybody is cool. Everybody is laid back. Everybody come to love and to exchange energy. And you know me, I'm a whole New York City vibe myself with a little
You
twist.
want a New York state of mind.
With a little twist. So you know they my supporters love me, and I look forward to serving and to be a servant to many more.
Well, go ahead, get them babies out. I want to see y'all tomorrow. Get your rest. I'm gonna close out with the
Yeah,
food,
you
okay?
know I'm challenged with time, so I'm
Yeah. We gonna be. Vendors are coming from early, so you better be there. That's all I can tell you.
I aim to be there by 1.
1 o'clock. Vendors coming from 11:30.
11:30. Oh no.
Doors open at 12. Doors open at 12. So but you get there by 1. You can get 1 o'clock. But if you come in there at 4 o'clock, we can forget.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, we're not gonna project that. All right. I'll see you right tomorrow, right? So you get some rest so you can get there on time.
Creative bless.
Yes.
Cafunia.
Yes.
Cafunia, she said bye. There she goes.
Yes.
Bye. All right, later, y'all.
I already know.
All right. Yeah. Take care, Mama. Cafunia, you're last. We're gonna close out together here. It's always a pleasure seeing you, Cafunia. Tomorrow's gonna be a special day. We've been doing it.
Man.
So, hey, how was the Gringo celebration? I missed out. I'm sorry.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
there was a lot of celebrations of life for him, but because SOBs was my stomping ground, and Gringo always wanted to play at SOBs, and through my connections and everything, I gave him the opportunity was given to him through me.
Yes.
So I had to be there, and I was so happy that I was. And it was great. A lot of people came. I got my Stateside Revolution T-shirt from the sister, and it was really good. They really came out and they supported. And up until that time, I saw Gringo right in front of my face, smiling and laughing like he does. And when I got there and was able to speak about him, I know his spirit was satisfied with me being there. I just had to be there.
Right. I couldn't make it. I was dealing with the Bob Law situation, so I couldn't make it. So I was there with him at SOBs for the Bob Marley, and that's the last.
Right. Exactly. And then also Pat McKay was there as well. She came and supported, and it was just a beautiful celebration. And I know when one door closes, another's open, and his journey continues. It doesn't cease to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Well, Cafunia, why is it so important to support this type of business and all businesses? And then tell us how they can find you, sis. Go ahead.
You see that, Monique? You see that family? That family is a template for all of us to follow.
The father and the mother, yes.
Right. And since on 18th Street, Union Square, was up there. And I think it's very vital, since we have a tendency to support other corporations that don't give two shits about us.
Mm-hmm.
We need to change that mindset and be up in Nicholas, Brooklyn, because I already declared that Nicholas, Brooklyn will not close. I put that in the utmost love.
Right.
But it's not, and it's very important because everything that we need to keep our health in check, the speakers that she brings, it's an institution. It's more than a bookstore. It is more, you could do events there. And Monique is very, very, she wants quality people like King Simon only quality people come in, you know, and sometimes we have a little bit of craziness, but we deal with those people in a loving way.
Right, right,
You
right.
know what I mean? And I just think it's vital. I mean, I donated to the GoFundMe as well, and I was very happy to do so without hesitation.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we can support these corporations, everybody else comes into our community to benefit. Why can't we benefit from our own shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to have my Tibetan bowls, but I'm also going to have my alchemy bowls there that are made from 100% gemstones to carry a different vibrations to elevate us. We're going to be grounded first with the 272 hertz, and then we're going to go higher. And it's going to be a beautiful event. If anybody wants to bring their yoga mat so I can put the bowls on them, that can happen too, you know. And it's look, I do chakra alignments under a copper pyramid. I work with tuning forks. I also create talismans because, you know, we are also a walking tuning fork ourselves because we have crystals in our bodies as well. Right. So that's what I'm bringing. And I'm also bringing, you know, my different crystals and whatnot there for the family. Everything is affordable, you know, and affordable and beautiful for you to have. Some people have told me or shared with me that they still have some of the talismans that they have brought from me years ago at some of Nicholas's events.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So you can contact me at Instagram. On Instagram, I'm Kufunya, Kufunya, Star Rebel, StarRebel, Star Rebel. And my email is KafunyaIfe@gmail.com. And my phone number is public 347-972-0901. And I'm also on TikTok under the same handle, Kufunya Star Rebel. Listen, family, come out. It could be $1. It could be $2. You don't have to wait till the event starts. You can even come earlier. But to get in, it's $25. And that goes to a number 7.
That's right.
Well, you already know.
Yeah. And young people are absolutely free. Bring them all in, man,
right,
to hear this message. We have a list, but we don't have no particular order because I don't know how they're gonna come in. So I want to make sure.
Right.
I just want to make sure. But
we're gonna hold it up, man. We're gonna hold it up. And good weather is predicted for tomorrow. And you know, I'm just happy to be a part of your network too, King Simon. Be a part of the works that you do. The same with Joshua. He's working on. You got to write my forward.
Yeah, I'll write something. That could be because you could have more than one forward, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
Because you're instrumental. I got this. This will be my first offering, but I got a couple of more offerings to offer, and you are a great inspiration to me, King Simon. You are.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of the journey since we've done at so many places.
Everything
is everything.
Right.
We just lost Ernie Smith, who I had at SOBs years ago too, but you know,
right,
with the late great Ernie Smith and Pita Pata, all of that. So you know, big up to everybody that we've been losing. You know, I lost 2 cousins also, younger cousins. So. Is you know, was glad we took care of our health, man. Look how old we've gotten better and vintage and still still here doing what we got to do to take care of our health. After this, I'm going to exercise again. You know, I'll
probably jump on my rebounder.
Yeah, you got to jump on your rebounder. You got to bounce up, especially when you're sitting down a lot. You got to go.
Right, you got to and do my exercises and whatnot. Yeah, man, I do that. I at least livicate at least 3 days. Strong to do, you know, the exercises, and then plus I love walking. Please, I can walk. I love walking. And you also had walking tours too, which I never did, but I know that was very, very healthy for a lot of people because walking is a very good exercise as well. Yes, my brother.
Walked in for 25 miles. Big up to Aton and the whole crew who's going to be coming in town soon. I know Aton's will be popping in town for his book signing and all that. So we're going to do a book signing at Nicholas. We definitely going to do a book signing at Nicholas.
Good.
Afro Prep. And also we're doing a live stream tomorrow, family. So when you go to that Linktree or go to the link to the Eventbrite, you could also pay for the live stream if you can't make it in town. That's going to be a donation also. So California, thank you very much. And I love you. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Same here, brother.
Right. One love, yeah? All right, bless up. Bless up.
One love.
That's right. That's my sister California, man. We known each other for a long time now, family. Okay, family. Remember tomorrow, we will be at Nicholas, Brooklyn from 12 to 9 p.m. We start the sound bowl healing and activation. She's going to do it a few times, 3 times throughout the day. So the first one should be around 1:33, 1:22, 1:33. So if you're going to be there on time for the sound bowl. The doors open at 12. Let's get ready, and then we're gonna go on from there. We're gonna have our antics and have some fun. Everybody's gonna be coming at different intervals of time. So there's no set list. There is a set list, but there's no set time. But whoever flies in and comes in, boom, I'm gonna put them on. We're going to put them on. We're going to keep on moving and grooving and have fun. Let some of the vendors say and mention their stuff. It's going to be a whole family affair. It's a family affair. It's a family affair. We're going to have a good time, family. Like my girl Sherry Shepherd always say, hey, family. Big up to Sherry Shepherd, who's also part of the community now. She works with KT the Arts Degree and Black Dot and a few other people. So big up to her. Sherry Shepherd Show, you know what I'm saying? So she's a master number 22. So big up to her. And she understands the mission of making people laugh because laughter is healing. All right. Laughter is healing. All right, family. Just remember, of course, tomorrow, that's what we're going to be doing. On Sunday, that's what we're going to be doing. On Wednesday, this is what we're going to be doing. Also, tomorrow we're doing a live stream. Just remember what you know. If I don't do my lesson tomorrow or Sunday, I will be doing it on Monday. Ancestral protection. We're going to break down the numerical value of ancestral protection. Mom and dad. I'm going to break down the mathematics of mom and dad. You're going to notice something very interesting about mom and dad just because of the double M's and the double D's. Woo, those 2 words right there. Put some D's on this. We're going to put some D's on it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do what we got to do. And also the next interview after that, we got Yolanda Spivey coming up. And then we have Professor Bill McLeod, Grandmaster Bill McLeod coming up. And then we have the Dow twins coming up. Well, of course, one of the Dow twins coming up. And then we're going to be down there at the International Jazz Day over there at the Aaron Davis Hall for the WHCR 90.3 FM, celebrating 40 years in the business. And then after that, we're going to be at this martial arts. I'll be broadcasting on May the 2nd at this martial arts Sanukas gathering. We're going to be there. It's going to be May the 1st and May the 2nd. So make sure you go to studymartialarts.com. And then me and the one, the only Yolanda Spivey making her debut is speaking from Jehovah's Witness to metaphysics. People are coming. Old Jehovah's Witnesses are coming through to watch this. Oh my goodness. I might have to videotape this, man. I might even broadcast live from there. I'm thinking about it. So this is going to be exciting. Can't wait to see what she does. And for her first time in the metaphysical realm, doing what she got to do. And after that, that's May 3rd. Then we're going to be doing, let me make sure I got the other promotions right here. Oh yeah. Then we got in June, we got my sister. We're going to be in Long Beach, California, June 27th. That's right, June 27th. And that's going to be at Long Beach, California. That's going to be powerful. Can't wait to see our sister out there doing her thing. Big up to Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Big up to NicholasBrooklyn.com. If you can't come out to the event, go to the GoFundMe at the website right there on the bottom, NicholasBrooklyn.com. That's going to be fun. And remember, get all my books on Amazon or go to my Linktree right there on the bottom, Linktree/King Simon the Numerator. If you do want to advertise on all 4 of my platforms, That's right. You could advertise not only in the community section and on YouTube, but also on my Instagram, in the stories, also in the threads, and also Facebook page. Also, you can advertise on all of them, as even when I'm broadcasting too. So that's what it's all about. Make sure you take my Udemy course on numerovation, my numerovation Udemy course, based on that book, Numerovation for Mental Stability. Get my books on Amazon again, but you can go to Udemy and put the word numerovation. I'm the only one on there doing numerovation. Don't you forget that. I'm the only one doing it. So make sure you support me there. And if you are part of the membership, you get to listen to my audio book on my membership, produced by my son Prince Imagine, who's doing some great things. And he also have a new event space that he's renting out. Him and his beautiful empress, Elizabeth, they're doing a great work over there in the Bushwick area. So if you want to rent out, they only got $750 starters package, up to 5 hours, community event space rental, basic venues, amenities, custom your event with add-ons, setup, cleanup, sound system, security, all of that. Great for workshops, open mics, pop-ups, showcases, and community gathering. Affordable add-ons, services available. Add-ons meaning like chair, projection, all that kind of stuff. Go to Green Studio NYC, that's Green Studio NYC, or call those numbers right there. Or also email Elizabeth at epswaybooking@gmail.com. Ask for Prince or EP, that's Elizabeth. Make sure you ask for them. Those are the two numbers that you see up there. My son and his beautiful empress doing what they got to do. I'm loving it. Remember, family, what Dr. B says, I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I'm grateful and thankful for my life. And remember what Dr. Blair used to tell us back in the day. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open up our mind, our spirit, and our soul to receive only truth and your love now. Have a great day, afternoon, or evening. Be safe, be great at what you do. Thank you very much. Yolanda Spivey, one of my mods in the building. And thanks to all my mods that do pop in and every now, like Abundance Child or Cindy, Empress Cindy. They might pop in and out. They might be doing things right now, preparing. I know Cindy is preparing to come out and do her caquito and whatever she got. I think her breads and stuff. So I know they're preparing right now to come out to this grand event. I don't know if Abundance is going to make it from Delaware, but I'll be in Delaware in the month of June with them over there in the museum. So we're going to have a good time over there. So family, have a great day, afternoon, and evening. Remember, I love you because I love me. You know how we do, family. You know how we are. So be safe. All 196,400,000 square miles, 460,000 square miles of the planet Earth. And I'll talk to you later. One love. Thank you all that participated. Thank you all, Black Dot, Jashua, Afunya, and also Mama Ella for passing through. Take care.